Santina is considering a vacation and has obtained high temperature data from the last 2 weeks for Miami and Los Angeles, listed right here in the tables. Miami, Los Angeles. Which location has the least variability in temperature? Explain how you arrived at your answer. So when we describe the variability in data, we are talking about the spread of data. And the metrics that we use to describe the spread of a data or how spread out a data is, we talk about the IQR, we talk about the range, and we talk about the standard deviation, or as you know it from your calculator, the S sub x. Okay? So these are the three metrics that we use to measure variability. So if we're looking for the city that has the least variability, we're looking for the city that has the lower values of these three metrics. Okay? So that's what we're looking for. Ooh, look at these eyeballs. We're looking. Okay. So what you're going to do is go to your calculator. You're going to go home. You're going to add right here, this green thing, a list or a spreadsheet. Okay. And you're going to type in Miami here and Los Angeles here. Pause the video. Go ahead and do that. And we'll meet back in a second. All right. Hello. Welcome. Now that you have your two columns, right? We are going to run one variable statistics for Miami. We're going to write down the key information. We're going to write down the IQR, the range, and the standard deviation. And then we're going to do the same for LA. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a little chart organizing our information. Okay. So for Miami, we want the range. But remember, your calculator doesn't give you range. It gives you the maximum and it also gives you the minimum. So you're going to need to calculate the range by hand by finding the maximum minus the minimum. For Miami, we're also going to want to find the IQR. Your calculator does not give you the IQR, but you need to know that the IQR is Q3 minus Q1. And then we are going to need to find the standard deviation of the data, and your calculator will totally give you that. Okay, so we have that for Miami, and then we're going to find that for LA in the calculator. And then we're going to compare the two, see which city has the lower numbers of each one of these things, and then make our decision for which one has the least variability in temperature. Okay. So in our calculator, we're going to highlight the Miami column because that's what we're working in. We're going to go to menu, 4 statistics, 1 stat calculations, 1 variable statistics. We're only working with one list right now. In your X1 list, you're going to hit that arrow over here. And sorry, I got a lot of crud in here. You're going to go ahead and highlight Miami because that's the city that we're currently looking at. And you want your first result to be in column D because you already have data in column B. And then you're going to want a little column C to give you like some space so you can read. So in first result column D. So let's go ahead and look. Okay, that's the mean. We don't want that. That right here, that's the standard deviation. So 7.497. We're going to go ahead and do 7.497. Oh, that would round up to 8. 7.498. Okay, so that's our standard deviation for Miami. Let's calculate our IQR. That's going to be Q1. Q1's right here, so that's going to be 75. And then our Q3 is down below. That's going to be 83. So we have 83 minus 75. And that's going to be... Oh, 8. Yep. And then, let's see what else we got here. Our range. So we're going to want to do max 87 minus the min 60. And that's going to give us 27. So we've got a range of 27, an IQR of 8, and a standard deviation of 7.498 for Miami. Let's go ahead and take a look at LA's information. So now we're going to go back over to our list and spreadsheets, and we're going to highlight an LA row, or an item in the LA column. We're going to go to menu, 4 for statistics, 1 for stat calculations, 1 for one variable statistics, hit enter. And then now we want to highlight the variable for LA. And I want my result to go in. Remember, we put the results in D and E next time, so let's have these start in G. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So now let's go over to column G. Here we are. Okay, this is all of our information. Awesome. So this is for LA. We don't need the mean. We do need the standard deviation. It is 3.77767. Okay, so let's do 3.777? 3.77? 3.78. Let's do 3.78. All right, 3.78. That's our standard deviation for LA. IQR. I'm going to need, or we hit the minimum first, so let's put that in. The minimum is 61. Let's put him where the minimum goes. Then we're going to hit Q1, which is 63. We'll put him where Q1 goes. And then let's look at Q3, which is 67. He'll go here. Let's calculate that. We've got 4 as our IQR for LA. And then the range, the maximum is 74. So let's do 74 minus 61. That's going to give me 13. Okay, so now let's compare apples to apples, right? My range for Miami is significantly higher than my range for LA. My IQR for Miami is significantly higher than my IQR for LA. My standard deviation is significantly higher for Miami than it is for LA. So Miami has much more variability in its temperatures than LA does. To answer the question, we want to say which location has the least variability in temperature. So we are going to want to go ahead and select LA. So LA has the least variability in temperatures. And then how do they want us to answer? Oh, explain how you arrived at your answer. So we can go ahead and say that because it has a smaller range, a smaller IQR, and a smaller standard deviation in temperatures than Miami.